2 Corinthians, is it 8 or 2 Corinthians 9, and we see, he who sows sparingly will reap sparingly, and he who sows bountifully will reap bountifully. We assume that that's talking about the amount a person gives. Right. Sowing sparingly and sowing bountifully is not talking about the amount that a person gives. It's talking about the heart from which a person gives. Is it cheerful or is it grudgingly? Right. So sowing sparingly would be to sow grudgingly. Yep. Sowing bountifully would be sowing cheerfully. We miss the whole context. The whole context is the heart by which you give, not the amount that you give. So if you give cheerfully, meaning without obligation, without thinking that you have to give to be taken care of, without thinking you're working some system to gain a blessing from God, then what happens is you're sowing bountifully. You're sowing from a place of, I have all things that pertain to life and godliness in Christ. And from that foundation, man, I just want to give. Sowing grudgingly would be giving money because you think you'll be cursed with a curse if you don't give. Or you're thinking that God won't bless your finances if you don't give. Or you're thinking that you've got to tithe money to get money. That would be sowing grudgingly because you're under an obligation to give to get. Right? And so that's what sowing sparingly and sowing bountifully is. The condition in the heart, not the amount given.
Right. But being aware that